I'm Meredith, and today we are going to talk about the best way to make friends as an adult. This is the Meredith Callagher Show, where we talk about marketing plans for small businesses. Say what? What are we talking about making new friends at a marketing show for? Well, last week I kicked off a series on word of mouth marketing, and the very first part of word of mouth marketing is friends doing business with friends. So the more friends you have, the more business that takes place, right? Let's jump into it. I believe every small business needs to have a plan in place. Hope's not a strategy, you guys. You have to strategize to have success. Go ahead and hit subscribe now and click the bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. I've got a little bit of experience with the friend making situation. 7.5 years ago, I moved to Miami knowing nobody except for my husband and my 3 small children that I moved with. Now, moving 3 small children in the middle of the school year keeps you busy. I had a lot going on for the first 8 weeks to get settled in a new house and get their school situated. But about 2 months into it, I got a little lonely. So I took to the internet. I started blogging and writing, and I challenged myself to figure out the best way to meet people in Miami. I wrote about it every day, and I had success. In fact, I found 6 ways that helped me make great friends here in Miami, and I'm gonna share them with you now. 1, join a volunteer group. 2, become a yes man. 3, open your eyes in the activities that you already do every day. There are friends there. 4, start your own monthly group. 5, learn something new. Try a new activity. And 6, follow up. I'd like to share with you my experience on each of my suggestions so I can illustrate it for you, give you an idea how you can do it in your life. First, join a volunteer group. In Miami, there's this old established group called Beaux-Arts that raises money for the Low Art Museum. We give about $120,000 to $150,000 every year. It's less than 100 women, and it's a lot of work, you guys. When I joined Beaux-Arts, I made a commitment for 7 years, and I hit the ground running. I worked and filled the obligations that were asked of me. Have you ever worked for a big corporation? You know how you kind of get the work friends and you get to know people when you're working on accomplishing a task together? That's how it worked for me with Beaux-Arts. When I chaired the ball, the people that worked with me closely every day became my good friends. I want you to look for a group that has a big group of numbers of people with volunteer requirements that you believe you can meet. Because the last thing you want to do is join a group and don't fulfill your obligations, because that is the fastest way to make 0 friends. Second, become a yes man. Every invitation that comes your way, you're gonna say yes. Now, when I moved here, I had 0 invitations, but what I said yes to were phone numbers. People from all different parts of my life had sent me numbers to call of people they knew that lived here. I believe I had 6. That's a lucky number today. I called all 6 of them, and 3, I believe, returned my call. 2 of them I played sort of phone tag with. Oh, we should get together next Tuesday. That doesn't work for me. How about Friday at 5? And it died off before we ever got to meet or get together. But the last person that called me back was gold. I call Morgan my very first friend in Miami. She is a fantastic realtor, but an even better friend. And when I tell people that Morgan was my first friend in Miami, they say, of course that's how you know everyone here, because Morgan is Miss Miami. You never know what will happen when you say yes. For number 3, look around for friends and activities that you already do. For me, that meant birthday parties and the gym. Now, when I moved to Miami from Dallas, I had a 2nd grader. And by that point in Dallas, if he was invited to a birthday party, we'd basically open the car door and wave bye and pick him up 3 hours later. But that was not how it worked here in Miami. I learned that quickly. People bring their parents, their grandparents when a kid gets invited. For real. I sort of rolled my eyes at this. I mean, I had things to do on a Saturday, right? But instead of being super annoyed, I embraced the Miami way of life, and I made one of my best friends, Mary. In fact, at one of those birthday parties, Mary told me about this lottery school, a public school that they have in Miami, that you had to put your name in the hat to have a chance to go there. I put the kid's name in that hat, and we moved all 3 kids because we won the lottery. It was super awesome. I will always have Mary to thank for that, and I'm so glad that I sucked it up and enjoyed the birthday parties. There's also the gym. I don't know about you, but Yes, I love to talk, but I never talked at the gym. And I have been going to the gym since I was 13 years old. For real. But maybe I have issues, but that's another story. And I really made it my policy to do my thing. When I get there, lift the weights and get out. But I noticed at Orange Theory 6 years ago that there are some pretty interesting people at 5:30 in the morning, just as crazy as me there. And some of them smiled every once in a while. So I smiled back and I changed my decision to talk to people instead of not talking to them. And y'all, I met the coolest group of different people that I wouldn't have expected to have much in common with, because there was men and women and we all had different jobs and we were different ages. But it's been such a fun way to first go to the gym and see my new friends, but also to experience new things. I've done a trail run with them on Key Biscayne. I ran a few miles around my house outside of Orange Theory. Birthday parties in the gym were great ways for me to make new friends. How about you? I know there's places that you go every day that there are people that you could get to know there. You just have to decide that it's okay to do so and then go for it. 4, start a monthly group. This is one of my favorite ways to spend time with my friends. I am in 4 monthly groups. I'm not sure I started any of the ones I'm about to tell you about, but you guys, it's easy. I have started a few groups before, and you just need to know one other person to invite to do this with you. Let me give you an example. I am part of a monthly book club. I play poker every 6 weeks with another group of 6. 6 is my lucky number. I am in a Stitch and Bitch club that meets every other Monday, and I don't stitch. This group was getting together about 4 years ago, and the woman organizing it was someone I had gotten to know through Beaux-Arts, and I loved her and I really wanted to be a part of it. So I said, listen, I'm really good at bitching, but I'll learn to stitch, I promise. And here we are 4 years later, and I haven't learned to stitch to needlepoint. Mainly because it is so relaxing to me to go there every other week and watch them needlepoint and listen to the bitching that I hadn't had to, at least in my opinion. They keep encouraging me to learn to needlepoint. One day, you guys, one day. I also am part of a monthly breakfast that we call Session 8. A friend who started a new marketing job invited 8 women together who she knew were working on their own career or business, and she invited us to bring one tidbit of information each month to share with the others. Now, our focus is on business, but a byproduct of that, the 2 women in the group that I had never met before had become my friends. Number 5, sign up to learn how to do something that you don't know how to do. I do not have 1 ounce of natural tennis ability in my body, which is weird because my mom is a badass tennis player. I tried throughout my life to pick up tennis in Memphis when I lived there, in Dallas, but it just never stuck. I kind of knew that I needed to immediately join a league because I'm a little competitive, and I tried to do that in Dallas, but I never could get good enough to be in the league. And when I moved to Miami, I called my mom and was like, you're never gonna believe this. They have organized all the bad tennis players in Miami, and there's a league. I'm not sure if you're familiar with USTA tennis, but it's on a point, a scale. They rank players based on their ability. And in Dallas, all the leagues started at 3.0. But in Miami, they had a 2.5 league. Yes. So I was in. I wasn't working that first year outside of the house, and when I got all the kids to the various school, I went to the tennis courts about 4 to 5 days a week because that's how many lessons I needed to be able to play a game, much less a set. And y'all, it was so fun to learn something new, and there's something about learning with other people that bonds you, right? So I made quite a few friends with a lot of other bad tennis players, and it was awesome, and we learned and got better together, which really bonded us and solidified our friendship forever. Did I just say forever? Solidified our friendship forever. Number 6, follow up. We're not talking about dating people. We are talking about making friends. I don't care what your weird follow-up rules are for texting a girl or a boy after a date. If you have a good time, you text or call them afterwards and tell your new friend that you had fun and invite them for the next thing. It's that simple. Now I know it's not that simple. It's a little scary for some people. So I have a challenge for you. If you're serious about the friend making business, then I want you to give it 30 days. Promise yourself for 30 days you're going to do one thing a day that I suggested here in this video. Whether it be accept an invitation from somebody that comes your way, sign up for a new activity, work on creating a group, or even following up. That counts as your one activity. Commit to 30 days, reevaluate where you are after 30 days, and then give it another 30 days. Let's bring it back full circle now. This is not only gonna help you make new friends, and friends enrich our lives like nothing else. This is gonna help your business, you guys. If anything else, I'd like you to give yourself permission to make new friends, because you are a business owner and you owe it to your business to do this for yourself. Go for it. Any questions? If so, let me hear them. Comment below. Do you have any suggestions on how people can make friends? I'd love to hear those too. Now don't forget to hit subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, like it and share it. I love to help as many people as I can create their marketing plan. Have a great day, you guys, and don't forget, one day at a time. Just go for it.